Audio testing 1 2 3. Audio testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. All right. Okay. I want to cover this quickie video as I'm working on an app right now. But how can you not be bullish on AI when when you see something like this? I don't know what to tell you, man. Listen, I can't even explain it because programming is intensely really complicated in nature. It doesn't play well into the if you want to have some cool talk on YouTube that inspires you, or I don't know, it's hard because programming by nature is not an executive level activity. So, it has very low sex appeal. But for those nerds out there who do program, and this will tie into investing in some way, I don't like hyperbole. I hope people who come to this channel, what I want to sell people is that I don't like hyperbole. I don't like unrealistic shit. I hate fake hype with a passion. I don't like advertisers. So when I say something is revolutionary, I'm not selling you jack shit. I'm just moved. As a programmer who has delivered production code, which has delivered millions of dollars, honestly, to my own pocket, has spent way more time with xcode than anything else over the last 12 years. This is not some Mickey Mouse, oh, cool, then tomorrow we'll forget about it. This will change entirely how I code. I'm already updating my neurons in my brain. It's hard for me. I'm 40-something. God understands, it's easy for 20-somethings to change their fucking gears, but when you're 40-something to change your gears, it's pretty hard. What you're looking right now, for anyone who can understand, is I had a bunch of, easy to understand is, look, I got upload functions that are this long for each data object. All right, it's a common task in programming any kind of app with a front end, back end. The front end needs to fetch objects from the back end. These objects are generally a collection of data objects, right? In this case, on the right side, you'd have items like this that have titles, counts, arrays, that kind of thing. And you would have this back and forth with JSON on your back end server. In my case, I'm using a LAMP, or they call it Web 2. And you go on doing your code, I'm not I don't have libraries upon libraries of shit like that. There's a thing where you get libraries and it simplifies it for you, but then let's be honest, you're now dealing with the dependency on the library, and now you have to understand the library. From my experience, sometimes adding the library, especially if you're not super familiar with it, can sometimes be more hassle than it is a benefit. Okay, but now enter your assistant AI, okay? This is it will get you out of jail if you fuck up assistant. This is not Mickey Mouse. This is real shit. I've been fiddling around with it, kind of getting to know the AI, over the last week. ChatGPT. It has been integrated with xcode. You will swap to it with, I don't want to clear this. I don't want to clear it, okay? But you can open it by holding Apple 0. Apple 0 will open up the sidebar with this. I have ChatGPT 5. You have to pay for this. It was an instant sell. I used ChatGPT 4 in a few days, and I was sold. Call it accumulation of certain events that led me to believe that this will help me speed up my coding. And look, I was blown away by this, okay? You have a situation, common thing with programmers, you made a bunch of functions that are doing the same damn thing. It's just modifying a few parameters, but I've rewritten them again and again. It's bad programming. Now you gotta consolidate them. It's better. It's a pain in the fucking ass though. And what it has done is that it has consolidated. I wrote this one sentence: consolidate all the download functions into one generic one where you pass a data type. and it understood exactly what my brain was thinking. I don't know how to explain it to you. I will not even entertain the naysayers of AI. We don't know what it will be in 10 years. What I do know is that they have production applications for it today. And I wish I had this in the past. What this does, I think, on scale, is that apps will be developed more quickly, more artistically, because less energy will be wasted on the, oh my God, how come I can't fucking click? You know what I mean? It will enable people who are willing to learn how to code to help you out. There's a caveat though. You can't just go, look, man, I want to make this cool ass game that has like monsters and you're not defining it. What you're describing is vague. You have, what it does do though is that I always think of it as you now have a bunch of perfectly obedient junior programmers at your disposal, and they're even better than junior programmers. You are the program director, okay? And I think most program directors, senior software engineers, they are basically like, they know how to code, but they don't want to do it because it's just a mundane task. The mundane task has been relegated to, you are now the higher executive director directing the AI on coding it for you. Now the trick is, it's not about learning how to code so much as it is, can you effectively direct the AI, query the AI to speed up what you want to see done? So it's kind of like this in my brain. You want a product, you know kind of what kind of code needs to be done. Old fashioned, you write it out painfully, func, you deal with syntax, Now you don't really have to deal with it. One of the greatest functions that it produces boilerplate code at a very rapid clip, and you can just describe it to it in plain English. You don't have to relearn a language to talk to the AI, right? You talk to the AI in this kind of easy way, like as if you were talking to a hired junior programmer who would siphon like $50,000 USD a year from your pocket, if not more, I don't know, okay? You talk to now the AI, and the AI will punch it right into your code. All you have to do is play the job of project manager. You're the one who decides what gets made on the right side, right? It's like left, middle, right. That's how the order goes, right? Now, you fine-tune shit yourself sometimes. That's the fun part. When I program, this is the fun part. The fun part is having writing the boilerplate when there's a blank space is so annoying. And by the way, these changes, it actually went in and did it for me without my permission. Like, I asked it for it and it did it, because what it probably ascertained was that it's a undisputable good that it's about factoring, that you factor your code into one method. It is. Anyone who knows computer science knows this. I think it's ascertaining it's an undisputable good, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to do it. It goes ahead and does it. But before it does it, it took a long time. What it probably did, and this is where the xcode integration really kicks ass, is it compiles it and probably tests the code again that it produces the same result. That is unbelievable, because that is exactly what I would have done anyway. It saves you a huge amount of time. This is, again, I hate fucking hyperbole. This is, without a doubt, the future of coding. There's no way people will ever go back to the old way. You go back to the old, I don't know, it'd be like thinking that, it'd be like this. Like for cooking, you'd be like, it's not like eating out or eating at home, because eating at home will be, you get better food. It's more like, I would describe it as an elimination of the supermarket. And it's a bad example. Like now to make food, you want to go back to the days where you had to farm your own fucking like lettuce. That's just insane, right? I mean, like, you know how many dishes you've been enabled to make because there's a supermarket delivery of the goods to your house? Like it's insane if you think about it for a second, right? If you had no supermarkets, you have to grow your own meats and, hunt your own meats and grow your own lettuces, veggies. It's like, it's insane. You would not be able to make a lot of dishes. It's the same kind of thing. I mean, like, it's a little bit of a paradigm shift. And in terms of like how you teach kids now how to code, if they want to be a software programmer, they have to learn a language. I think without knowing anything about the language, you have to know the fundamentals. If you don't know what a function is, how code is structured, even though it outputs a code, it's not the final product, but it gets you like halfway there. So I always think of it as it's an assistant, the left side, but it's not like Microsoft Bob. This is a very fucking smart assistant. As someone who, I'll tell you, comp sci grad, U of T, IQ rated at 135 and plus, I don't know, something like that, gifted programming, I'm not the smartest of the smart, but I do recognize smart when I see it. This is very smart. This is not a gimmick. This is not hoopola. This is not hype. This is not, oh, that's cool, that's neato. We'll go back to the old way though. No, that's Glass Effect. Glass Effect on iOS 26, that's hoopola. That's hype. People who would downplay the AI part and then go hype on the glass, those are the real idiots. Glass is just trendy fashion. No, they'll go, what, did Google not go flat design for their version? Now they're going glass. What the fuck is going on? Like, this tech, Apple's little thing here is running in circles. At least they're integrating AI with the xcode part, because their development platform, in my mind, is still top tier for the front end. I mean, Swift UI is amazing. Fantasy time. Porting code. Some dude came to me. He wanted to make the Android version of the previous app I had. Spent about 1 fucking year working back and forth with me on making the Android version. It's a lot of mundane tasks. Although, I wouldn't say it's that mundane, because there's some, like, if you have to like modify the way the code is structured, it's difficult to describe this. But I mean, what I want to say is that don't underestimate AI. I've seen the algorithm. I say it again and again. I've seen the algorithms. You look at the parallel processing that's there. It's no joke. I would not listen to any media bubblehead talking shit this, shit that. These people don't know what they're talking about sometimes. The algorithms behind AI are rock fucking solid. They are like, they remind me of university day. They remind me of like strict correctness, strict mathematical rigorness. It's like Unix, it's like Unix, like rigorous BSD, like mathematical PhD, rigor to it. It's not flaky shit like Microsoft Bob. Completely the opposite direction. I feel and sense a mathematical rigorness behind it. Rigor? What the fuck's the word? I'll ask ChatGPT later. And if only I could invest directly into OpenAI, because OpenAI is the winner. Look, I went upstairs, talked to my fucking Google Home. That's fucking moronic. The way Google Home talks to you and responds and listens to your audio, it's like child's play. That's stupid. It was the birth of it, though. It's like, you got to get through tech has to go through the prototypes, right? And then it gets better and better and better. Then it crosses some magical fucking line where then it goes from like tinkering shit to, honest to God though, it was still good for like general operation. Like it takes control of your TV. That's fine. This is like almost like, okay, so this is like specific AI that really assists you in a really productive and not bullshit way. I don't want to keep emphasizing, because people are always going, oh, AI is a bubble. AI is stupid. AI is this. No. I'm in that group. I'm a negative Nancy. People have accused me of being too negative all the time. I'm a pessimist by nature. And even the super pessimist me is saying that this is fucking hype. don't have to say other than this. This is groundbreaking changes. I don't know. Like I want to just, I'm on a fence. Like this has no value, I think, but I'm the product I'm trying to make. But I'm doing it because it's fun. Because watching and experiencing how AI helps coding firsthand is a learning experience. Like seeing is believing. If you do not code a production level, code level app, how would you ever know this is bullshit or not? In other words, I usually sound less confident, or I don't know, maybe I'm like shaking my confidence, but I'm 100% confident in at least in the domain of general queries for general knowledge on the internet. I mean, general knowledge in the world. And in the case of assisting a programmer in making production code faster, clean, no one codes better than a computer. AI is not a joke. It's serious shit. It has to be, and it will displace jobs. Why the fuck would I hire assistant programmers if I have this? Why? It will make no sense to me. Just being a coder is dumb these days. Where the money lies is this area. From this to this. What is it you're trying to make? And so another thought is the democratization of code might lead to more interesting products, but at the same time, just because you can code, that doesn't make you special anymore. That is kind of a truism. But knowing the human side and what they want, like AI may not be able to tell you the more executive decisions, like where you should put your buttons. It could give you advice, but those are always at some level not a mathematically like based decision, right? It's not a math question. It's more of a human question. Those elements, being good at that, I would think become far more important, because that's where the AI may struggle, right? There may come a day when AI could just look at your app, go, yo, you done it all wrong. Your button's in the wrong place. Your fonts are all fucking wrong. And then just fix it all for you. Maybe, but no, not yet. I believe Sam Altman, head of OpenAI, listen to the guy talk. This guy's like fucking IQ on steroids. Jesus Christ. I mean, he's talking about AGI. And he's like sarcastically mocking the public, saying, you know, I talk about AGI, people don't care. They go back and want to watch TV. And it's like he's on a cusp of something fucking enormous. And he's kind of like laughing at no one cares. But hey, he goes like, I understand, that's how people are. Yeah, but I won't be asleep for this one. What is AGI? It's like what this is doing, but generally. I can't even think of the applications this might have in daily life, in how the world will change. I mean, call me sensationalist, but when the smartphones were taking off with the iPhone in 2009-10, I smelled the crispness of tech changing shit around in the air. You could taste it. Every day you wake up, you're excited to see what's going on. How have things progressed? You know, there's a lull, right? Galen pointed out very well. Around the iPhone 5, 6, well, after Steve Jobs passed away, yeah, it's like, here come the fashion people, the people with very, your businessmen, those types of people running the show. They'll change the colors, pink to blue, to back to pink to white, glass, aluminum, titanium, glass, aluminum. They just cycling through, milking people for their money, as Galen correctly identified, and so did Tech Lead. I can't believe there's actually people out there who take out loans and shit to buy the most expensive iPhones. I mean, hey, if you're like rich, like you've got money farting out your fucking ass, you don't even know how to spend it. I'd get an iPhone Pro too, but like, who the fuck would ever pay thousands of dollars, literally thousands, right? It's in the 1,000+ category now, for a goddamn phone. Like, I don't even like phones. You know, it's funny because I'm an iPhone developer, but I don't even like phones all that much because they lead to doom scrolling. The battery attached to it makes it a fucking time bomb. It's a rapidly depreciating asset. people who stretch themselves financially to buy these phones and at the high end, I'm sorry. I think that's absolutely moronic. But I mean, as Galen and I discussed yesterday, maybe it's about the dream. Like, it's like they're not really selling you a phone. They're selling you the better life through a phone. Does that make any sense? I know what that feels like. You see their ads, they glorify them. The beautiful life. You'll be jogging, hiking in the whatever pretty little areas and whatever. Life ain't like that, man. I mean, the phone has a lot of utility, don't get me wrong. It's got amazing cameras. It does a lot of shit now. But let's not glorify them. I bought an iPhone 13 mini. I know it sounds like I'm humble bragging again for like 40,000 yen. That is ultra cheap. I mean, that's actually what I would want to pay. In my mind, that's fine as an expense for a phone. And because Apple has nothing compelling in the latest lineup of phones. It's just the same old fucking music spun around again, Frenzy charge, the power charge, the resonance charge, the power charge. It's just, they're fucking cycling shit around all the time. And yeah, I don't know. In terms of investment, Bitcoin is tied in with AI a little bit, I think. Honestly, it is. Because of its open-ended nature, its very strong digital nature, the fact that people always need to move money around for the exchange of goods and services, the fact that Bitcoin is a store of value that's legitimate. Again, I'm a computer scientist. I looked at a fucking blockchain tech. It is legit. It is legit. It's not a whole hot air of nothing. There is tech behind it. Hey, the thing is, people are making all kinds of coins, right? But like the design of Bitcoin of itself, because of its limited supply algorithm, and proof of work, and now the Lightning 2 is exciting because what that means is that it solves a problem where like you can't perform small transactions using Bitcoin because of the low transaction rate of 7 operations per second, I believe, worldwide. What it does, I believe, is that it does a lot of transactions off the main blockchain. So there could be corruption in that circle, but then it merges with the main blockchain at a later date. I'm assuming if bad actors are in that side processing, they will be ferreted out. And although it may not be the case that BTC is the main currency used in the future for exchanges, it could be like gold, where things are backed up or backed against it. You know what I mean by that? Like it wouldn't be bad to hold on to some BTC as assets because Tech Lead has a really good video series. Someone called him a fucking liar and manipulator. I don't think so. Yeah, he has a bit of a reality distortion field, but some of the shit he says as a coder checks out. It checks out. People don't really, look, once you have enough money in this world, definitely what you seek next is power and status, right? His argument was like, no one cares about what you have anymore. It's about what you do. And I'm like, that's pretty fucking deep. Because you have a lot of millions of dollars of assets. Who the fuck cares, right? That's true. A lot of trust fund babies have millions of dollars. So what? It's about what you do in life. And it doesn't matter. Do you matter in this world? Mattering is a new currency, attention economy. Do you matter in this world? Or are you just some insignificant guy with a family? That's exactly what I think is happening now. The change, it is a story of both hyper abundance and what's the other one? Scarcity. With one end being hyper abundant on the wealth side, and then hyper scarce on the other side. And people who are on the hyper abundant side are like, well, they don't know how to. There's different currencies at play here, right? And so it's weird. On some level, it's like I worship the dollar, the yen growing up, but even now you feel the countries are kind of not that they're fallible, but it would be wise to hold on to other assets as the digital world becomes more and more prominent. Governments are lazy. They do the bare minimum to keep it running. I mean, that's fine. You need that. But I have to investigate this further. And you know what? If you want to train your brain to get smarter, I really suggest advanced voice on ChatGPT. Ask it questions. It is like the best encyclopedia, mentor, teacher, all in one. The only thing it won't do is inspire you. It won't challenge you to learn something. That's up to you. But if you are up for the task of learning something, having a conversation with ChatGPT, there's a positive feedback loop where it will ping pong ideas back and forth, and you will flesh out, I fleshed out at least, a lot of great concepts, ideas. You will be aware of what's out there. Like if you're like, okay, I'm on SQL, I'm this, what is it? What's my ISAM? What's InnoDB? What's widely used? It will summarize all that for you. What is that called? Like basically systems design consultant, maybe? It is a perfect systems design consultant. Rendering that job, I think, kind of not useless, but kind of useless. I mean, if you hire a systems design consultant, they'd probably be using AI too, right? I mean, it's like an assistant, right? A very good assistant. And because the key difference here is that you are communicating with this assistant through natural language. And as someone who has typed like 150 words per minute, honestly, I should be the one like advocating for fast typing speeds, right? But no. Technically, the output rate of speech in terms of raw data output is faster than the fastest typer. So, I mean, you can express a lot. That's not true, but like when you speak, your hands are free. I can't think and type as well as I used to, but I certainly can think and talk at the same time. And there's value in like freeing up your hands so that you can do something else, like you can fiddle with an object or motion with these actions actually help jog your brain. You can even stand up and walk, talk. Standing up can people may shit on this, but walking, strolling will jog the brain. Circulation improves. It's not a case of, oh, I sit at my desk and my brain cells are equally active no matter what. I don't think so. Like brain rot comes in if you sit down for too long. And it's easy to lose sight of the goal. So my excitement level stems around the fact that how fast can we make programming? It may lead to a lot of digital junk out there, like much in the way like, as video production has been democratized in the last decade, we have a lot of junk on YouTube, my stuff included maybe. But so what? Like that's what AI is for. AI will sort out the chaff from the wheat. And because we don't know, right? Amongst all the junk, there were some diamonds in the rough that were enabled by all the democratization of video production. Look at MKBHD. He's making better ads for the iPhone than Apple themselves. That's incredible, right? Democratization of video production, great. What about democratization of code? So people can produce programs with much less effort than it used to be. You know what I mean by that? You don't have to be a complete camera nerd to get good video. You let AI do that for you. Same thing. You don't have to be a coding nerd to produce code. Let AI, but you still have to understand some of the base principles behind what makes a good program, what makes good UI, and what people need, how people interface. These have to be learned. I mean, if you have no sense for that, then it's all hopeless anyway. AI can never save you from anything, right? It's quite exciting. And that concludes